Welcome back to the second set of videos for week 2. In this set of videos, we are going to explore the concept of Nash equilibrium. First, we will learn about the concept, then we will look at examples, then we will try to establish its relationship with the solution concept that we learned during the last week, and towards the end we will spend also some time talking about history of Nash equilibrium. So first of all, let us try to understand that in a game theoretic setting in which decision makers are strategically interacting, they are trying to maximize their payoff. That happens in the single person decision making also. We can say a person I's utility depends on the action that she takes. What she is going to do? She is going to pick an action such that her payoff or her utility is maximized. So she cannot pick anything, she has to look at the constraint given to her, that what she can do, what are the actions available to her. So she is picking from that. But when she is doing the optimization, her payoff not only depends on the action she takes, it also depends on several environmental parameters. Like let us say if farmer is tilling the land to produce agricultural yield, so it not only depends on the effort that he puts in or the fertilizer he uses, but also on the weather condition and other factors which are not in his control. So those factors we can call as parameters, and any agent take these parameters are given. If you have done managerial economics with me, you must have seen such optimization, and these parameters are typically fixed there. If you have not done managerial economics with me, no problem. Simple thing that I am saying, that agent is trying to maximize his or her payoff by varying the actions that he can take. But the payoff not only depends on his action, it also depends on environmental parameter which he doesn't control. So he takes those environmental parameter as given. As simple as that. Now if we move to a more complex setting, that is the setting of a strategic interaction, multi players are making decision at the same time, and that's influencing everyone's payoff. The issue there is that when player I is deciding what to do, player I can vary his action. He can choose one that is available to him or her, but what it has no control over what others are doing. So what we are going to do, that we will take what others are doing as environmental parameter for player I, for the decision maker I. Anyway, decision maker I has no control over what others are doing. So we can write the equilibrium, the optimization problem for this player as maximize with respect to AI by varying by action, such that one of the action he takes belongs to his available set of action, and this is he chooses AI, and what others are doing can be given by deleted action profile or deleted strategy profile. Notice this is the part of parameter over which player I has absolutely no control. It's like prices, temperature and things in the earlier setting. And so we can say two things we should be mindful of. One, that if we say that if we focus on the argument AI that's maximizing, may not be the unique argument. It may, you may get a set of argument, and let me give you an example here. 2 4 2 3 7 8 8 5, up down left right. So if player 2 is choosing L, so this is L because there are only 2 players. So if you remove one player, deleted strategy profile contain only one action from player 2, what would be, what is the best that player 1 can do? to play U or play D, because both are giving the maximum or both are giving the same, that no other option available. So, when we write here argmax, we will get U and D both. So, we can also say that A star I maximizes this particular expression. So, AI star belongs to this particular set, that is the way we can write. Okay. So, from here we can talk about the same thing in slightly different manner. We are talking about best responses. What do we mean by best response? Let us take this example. It is a 3-player game, up, down, left, right. This is also up, down, left, right, and this is table 1, table 2. There are 3 players. Let us say the player 1, 2 and 3. List of player is 1, 2, 3. Sometime it is also denoted by n, sometime it is also denoted by set I, doesn't matter. And A1 is U comma D, A2 is L comma R, and A3 is table 1 or table 2. In short, we can write it T1 and T2. And what are the payoffs? For example, if we have U comma L comma T1, this is an action profile. So, table 1 is here, U comma L, U here, L here. So, this is what the payoff to player 1 is 8, payoff to player 2 is 6, and payoff to player 3 is 2. So, if we want to get, if given that player 2 and 3 have selected, let us say LT1, okay, what should player 1 be doing? What is the best response from player 1 given player 2 has selected L and player 3 has selected T1? So, if we come here, it's table 1, that is what player 3 has decided, player 2 has decided L, player 1 can decide to play either U or D, and clearly U gives him more. So, U is 8 and D is 3. So, the best response from player 1 is to play D, and that is how we can get the best response. This is correspondence, that here we were talking about the argument that maximizes. We can look at BR1 if player 2 is playing L and player 3 is playing T2. Notice that this is a deleted action profile or deleted strategy profile. We have deleted what player 1 is going to do. So, clearly we are in this table, player 2 is choosing L. If player 1 plays U, gets 5, if player 1 plays D, gets 5. So, here both are the best responses, okay, and that is why we should be calling it best response correspondence. Going back to here, from this we have obtained what is AI star. AI star is nothing but best response of player 1 given that other players have decided to play A minus I star deleted strategy profile. Why AI star is the best response? Because AI star is maximizing player I's payoff given that other players are playing A star I. That is how we are getting the best response. In other way, each player would be doing exactly the same thing. Player I is trying to maximize given what others have done. Player J would be trying to maximize given what all others have done. Player 1, 2, everyone would be doing exactly the same thing. They would be trying to maximize given what others have done. So, now in the 2-player setting, we can talk about what is a Nash equilibrium. In a two-player game, an action profile A1 star A2 star is a Nash equilibrium if A1 star is the best response of player 1 to player 2's A2 star. So, player 1 takes that player 2 is playing A2 star, and this is the best that player 1 can do, and player 2 takes that player 1 is doing A1 star and A2 star is the best that player 2 could do. And so, we are able to obtain, let me say A1 star comma A2 star is a Nash equilibrium. If A1 star is maximizing, we can write it slightly here, we have written as best response, here we can write it differently, that player 1 is maximizing by picking A1 from his set of A1s such that his utility gets maximized given that other player is playing A2 star, and here A2 star is basically argmax A2 in A2, U2 and A1 star, and this player is picking A2. This happens to be maximum. So, what we can say that A1 star maximizes player 1 payoff given that player 2 is playing A2 star, or A1 star is the best response of A2 star. Both ways it can be read. Now, we can give Nash equilibrium in n player setting. So, when we have n player, each player will have an action in the Nash equilibrium. So, we are talking about Nash action profile, and by convention at the first place we are writing the action of player 1, at second place we are writing the action of player 2, and so on. At nth place we are writing the action of player n. So, this is what all players are playing. We say this action profile is a Nash equilibrium if and only if for each player I and for each action AI. That is what we have to keep. First, let us focus on the for each player I we are trying to obtain, so we can write A star as AI star and A minus I star. We had done that in the last week. We said we would use the notation. We say that AI star is the best response of what others are doing, and this is true for all the players. Then only we get the Nash equilibrium. In other words, if we use simple English, that no player can become better off by deviating unilaterally given what others are doing, and AI star happens to be the best for you. If you change AI star to, let us say, AI dash, what is going to happen if AI star is your best response? Either your payoff would remain same if there are more than one best responses, or if there is a unique best response, then your payoff will decrease. And therefore, so here the requirement to change your behavior is quite stringent. You would change your behavior only if you get more. Even if you are getting the same, you would not like to change your behavior. So that's what we say. No player can become better off by deviating unilaterally. That's the requirement for Nash equilibrium.